2K Sports pregame show.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays!
Yes.
Whoa!
My favorite time of the year.
Ernie Johnson, do you like my Christmas hat?
Oh, yes.
Nice, isn't it?
Really
very
nice.
Here's Shaq. I love the sweater.
Well,
that
thank
is
you.
very, very impressive. And Kenny, you should have worn a shirt. I don't know. It's
I like
Christmas season.
my 8-pack.
Come
my
on.
8-pack. Look
Yeah.
at it.
Pretty good.
Look at it.
Oh.
That's that
Pretty
vegan
good
diet
down
I've
there.
been eating. Tell you.
Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia looking very confident right now. It's been a very successful first half of the season for them. When the opportunity to win a ball game has been there for them, they have grabbed it over and over. Both teams tonight more than capable of putting up points.
Shaq, what do you think will be the deciding advantage?
Well, you have to try to dictate the tempo, play at your pace. This will be a game of streaks, so you have to prepare yourself mentally for that.
Well, you can't just score. You have to be efficient. Big shots down the stretch could be the difference, Ernie, and that will set you free.
We are ready for game time. Let's go to Kevin Harlan for the opening tip.
The home of the Celtics is sold out and noisy inside here in Boston. Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with us, basketball expert and former late-night comedy writer, a lot of people don't know this, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, as soon as I left, Kimmel's show took off, so I think I was the reason.
You built the foundation for it, let's be honest.
I was there for the early years.
You said it was a very influential time in your life, a very good thing for you to do.
Oh, it was fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned how to not get my jokes on the air, and I learned a lot about humility.
This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Guys, Joel Embiid is listed at 7 feet, but at player introductions, they say 7'2" center, Joel Embiid. Now, Brett Brown says when you stand next to him, you understand the difference between 7 feet and 7'2". He's a big man, Kevin.
He is tremendous size and skill to match, GA. Thanks. I'll tell you, Jason Tatum, what a job by Danny Ainge to trade back for this guy and pick up an extra first-round pick.
Yeah, and to fleece your biggest rival of this next 10,
yes,
12 years,
exactly.
Philly. Tatum is so much better than I think anybody expected. Watching him last year and thinking like, this guy has a chance to be an all-star. And I could see him being the evolutionary Paul Pierce, being Paul Pierce 2.0. And by the end of the playoffs, I think every Boston fan, everybody who works for the Celtics, who plays for the Celtics, and a coach of the Celtics were like, that guy's untouchable. Like, unless it's for Giannis or Anthony Davis, we're hanging up. We're not interested. This guy, I think, is a future MVP candidate. And somebody that the last guy I remember being able to score as easily as he can score is Kevin Durant. I think he has the same potential. It is not inconceivable to me that he could get 30 points a game in one season soon.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Horford is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Simmons in at the point. Now here's Richardson. Pass to Simmons. And that one, good. And Bill, when you think about some of these young players, Brown and Tatum showing such grit and experience and calm, their body language is terrific.
Yeah. I think reps are underrated, and I think situations are underrated. And we see these high lottery picks go to teams that stink. And they get thrown into bad situations with coaches that aren't that good, and maybe they have a bad point guard, and they're just in a losing situation. They learn bad habits, all these things. What happened to Jalen and what happened to Jason Tatum is almost unprecedented, where you have these high lottery picks joining great teams and learning how to play with really good players, learning from the best coach in the league, and then on top of it, getting these playoff reps. And by the end of the playoffs last year, Tatum was a completely different player. He really was. He was somebody that was just starting to scratch the surface of, wow, I could score against any player in the league, and I'm a franchise guy, and you could feel it changing.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. And so just over a minute and a half played. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
And the vertical of Simmons, an extraordinary dunker when given the chance to shine.
And the Celtics with possession here. Knocks it loose. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah, I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree. But for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
Well, you challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
Brown, good.
Well, this is a shot that Jaylen Brown must make consistently. Nice seeing him start to look confident, stroking it from deep.
Simmons against Walker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Kemba Walker picks one up. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And he makes the first.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. And the 76ers also making a change. Ennis is checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Now Walker had a 24-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. He dishes it to Cantor. Walker's shot is off.
Still unable to connect this quarter. Really looks frustrated. Just needs to try and stay calm.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what I always thought the '86 Celtics were the best team. But the '86 Celtics were built, I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play. We're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net, and they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the '86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the '86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they'd won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the '92 team. But I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was like the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great, he made it look probably a little easier than it was. But, you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq-Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year. And we're just unstoppable. All the role players are really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say them.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well, because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it turns out,
I think they embraced the size.
I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they want to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Celtics making a change here. Onuaku's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Joel Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Harris. And it's Burke in for Simmons. Here's Wanamaker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Just 5 on the clock. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Burke looking over the floor. To the middle. A steal, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Boston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Smart passes to Onuaku. Kicks to Williams. Hayward outside. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. In fourth, the Celtics.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Now we've seen some top prospects forgo college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, you know, till round 2 in the tournament, which is what, March 20th?
Right.
And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
The 76ers trail by 3. Burke with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Down low. Here's O'Quinn over Williams. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Now here's Smart. T right on him. Onuaku the pass to Wanamaker. Left side, Smart. No good with the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Now here's Burke. Not a lot of room. Now here's O'Quinn. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. And in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in there.
All right, we'll put him in there. I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, they had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, and Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
Celtics making a switch here. Tice is checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Richardson, he's checked in for James Ennis. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Count that bucket. Now it's a 6-point Celtic lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Burke. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
Al Horford's checked in for Mike Scott. Now here's Smart. 7 points in the game. Passes to Onuaku. Rob. Here's Burke. No good with the triple. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That is his first foul of the game. And Bill, Al Horford lacks eye-popping numbers perhaps, but his contributions go well beyond the stat sheet.
Best teammate probably in the league. Best chemistry / glue guy. Does not care if he about getting shots or who gets the attention, any of that stuff. Can guard any position, can shoot threes, can stretch the floor. I think when you talk about where basketball is going, he is the perfect guy for this era of basketball. The stretch 5, basically, the guy who can stretch the floor on offense and shoot threes and guard big guys on the other end. I would love to see him in the finals. I think he's been in LeBron's shadow in the East basically for this whole decade, and I don't even know how many times he's lost to LeBron. Maybe 100. He's lost maybe 5 series in the playoffs. It would be nice to see him get over the hump.
He never gives up on a point. I thought he just never will wave the white flag on anything.
No, and he's also a good example for why stats are overrated, and at some point they have their limit for what you can judge a player by. He's going to have 13 points and 8 rebounds and 3 assists, and he'll have 1.5 blocks, but he'll also make the biggest play of the game and is somebody that cannot really have a good game but still make 2 of the biggest plays in the last 90 seconds.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the 76ers. It's a 10-point game. Harris, right side. The dish now to O'Quinn. And again, unable to change momentum here. Boston's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. The 76ers trail by 10. Richardson kicks to Harris. Burke with it, working on Walker, makes it off the glass. Burke's got his first points of the night.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Cantor finds Smart. And it's Tice in the corner. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Now here's Walker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Brown, good.
Well, how about Jaylen Brown showing us his touch down low? Skilled at getting high percentage shots in the paint.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Burke kicks to Richardson. Here's Horford. Harris outside. Horford in the post. He's covered by Brown. They get the rebound, and the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
Good on both.
There's that accurate touch of his at the stripe. He is locked in.
From the arc. And so it's Boston with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to like express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And welcome back as we continue our Christmas Day matchup. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
They've got Enes Kanter. Kemba Walker is out there with Brown. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Tice in at the 4. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Some athleticism on display. Jason Tatum, the speed, the strides on the drive.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, you know, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people he didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the three ways of I'm getting to know you. What are the three things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other two things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, you know, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
And he knocks down the first one. And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on. You know, I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were tape delayed.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple years in LA, I think CBS was only showing like 6 or 7 regular season games.
Sunday afternoons.
In the playoffs, they would bump him off.
Yep.
USA, I think, got the contract in maybe 1982, but for the most part, like, I love George Gervin. I probably saw him play in person twice, and I saw him on TV maybe 10 times, 12 times. And now I could watch Giannis every day. And if Giannis dunks, I can see it on Twitter 5 minutes later, or 5 seconds later. So I think people are lucky. You guys should appreciate how lucky you are out there.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Yeah, and checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging about 23 points per, 8 assists, and almost 2.5 steals. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work. On a pretty good day for them so far, his shooting has been one of the tough spots.
The pass to Embiid. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Tatum leading the charge.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. Here's Walker after the made shot from Joel Embiid. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Embiid against Cantor from the corner. And Cantor pulls it down.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
And finished off by Brown.
How fantastic is Jaylen Brown getting the position he wants deep inside, easily slams it home.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Simmons against Walker. Pass to Tice. It's tipped. And Embiid with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Embiid.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And Boston has possession. 76ers getting the bucket. Lobbed up there for Embiid. And stolen by Tatum. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Brown. Offensive rebound. The 76ers trail by 6. Simmons passes to Harris. Inside, Embiid. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And that's now 10 points for Joel Embiid.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And the 76ers with some changes. Scott comes in for Al Horford. And it's Ennis in for Josh Richardson. Here's Tatum. He has 5. Celtics passing it around to the paint and stolen by Simmons. Harris kicks to Ennis. Here's Simmons. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Walker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. The Celtics making a switch here. And so Walker nails both of them. The 76ers trail by 4. Ennis taking his time here. Dishes it to Simmons. Now here's Ennis, guarded by Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Simmons. 17 points for him last game against Toronto. Here's Harris, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
That's good from Harris.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And so he hits both.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
He doesn't hit that one. Simmons with the defensive effort. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. The score now all even.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Boston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Walker against Simmons. Walker the pass to Wanamaker. Hayward looking around. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Embiid.
But Kevin, I just love how Gordon Hayward has become so crafty on the interior. He really just keeps the defense off balance.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Kemba Walker. Both good from the line that time. For Philadelphia, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. Pass to Harris. He kicks it to Scott. Clock at 6. It's deflected. Here is Hayward. He had 10 points in the win against Charlotte.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
Now here's Smart. From beyond the arc, it's hauled in by Harris. 76ers trailing. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Boston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Simmons against Smart. Pass to Hayward for the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Hayward's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Gordon Hayward will find his rhythm fast if you allow him to catch and shoot.
And the 76ers call time here. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for the Celtics. Then for the 76ers, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for James Ennis. And Trey Burke subbed in for Tobias Harris. No good from Simmons. Boston leading by 3. Here's Tatum. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
Boy, they leave an area of the floor totally unprotected, and he lets it go to waste.
And the pass to Korkmaz. He dishes it to Simmons. That shot off the mark. Good work defensively by Smart. 3-pointer on the way. No good on that one. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup. Well, obviously, it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around. Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. On defense, Philadelphia. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You know, Kevin, Gordon Hayward has paid a price in the gym, and now his strength allows him to score through aggressive defenders.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
One shot.
And Hayward, no good on that one.
Well, and this 6'8" forward from Indiana is impressive. Gordon Hayward is so intense, plays so hard on both ends. And I'll say this to you, his athleticism catches you off guard.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
The Celtics have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And that one falls for Smart.
Well, I just love how Marcus Smart plays the game of basketball. He's aggressive, he's intelligent, and he doesn't mind getting under your skin.
The 76ers trail by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Burke finds Simmons. Here's Korkmaz, guarded by Smart. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Left side, Williams. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And the Celtics lead by 7.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Simmons against Tatum. Here's Scott. Sinks the three-pointer. Scott's got 6 points.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Wanamaker. He had 13 points in the win against Charlotte. Here's Here's Korkmaz, defended by Hayward. Pass to Burke. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Korkmaz. Over Hayward. Hayward with some nice D.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Here's Wanamaker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. There's the feed to Williams. The shot's good. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. To the right side. Burke. No good on the 3. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
And the 76ers with some changes. Al Horford, he's checked in for Simmons, and Josh Richardson subbed in for Mike Scott. Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
Doris, always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved. Not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin, he has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this, he is passionate about the NBA.
Boston, no good that time either.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
Now, here's O'Quinn. He's covered by Cantor. Ball's knocked loose. Burke kicks to Richardson. Offline with his 3. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Good on the triple. Brown's got 12.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight. Efficient and effective.
And here is Burke. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Count that one. Smart's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, you have to love how engaged Marcus Smart is defensively. This guy is a nightmare for the offense.
And so it's the Boston Celtics looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with head coach Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think was the main edge you had?
Well, I thought defensively we were a lot better, and then that led to some offense. But obviously, we're playing a bunch of skilled guys, and we're able to spread the floor, and that's helpful.
You have to make them work at both ends. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. Marcus Smart was the story in the first quarter. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high. See it up there, Ernie, in the stratosphere? Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, Marcus Smart has been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, he certainly put the defense in a tough spot in that half. Forces the issue, draws the contact time and time again.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead.
When you think about the Boston Celtics last year, they were defined by their defense. But one overlooked area was the improvement they made in their defensive rebounding numbers. Think about it, was their only top 10 finish in that category in the last 10 years. Incredible.
Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's five. Simmons is out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Harris. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Horford in at the power forward position. Here's Tice. 76ers getting the bucket. It's Brown with the drive and stolen by Horford. Richardson the pass to Horford. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his fourth rebound in this one. And, of course, the key to the Celtics' success last year, proficiency on the defensive end in general.
Well, best defense in the league by many statistical measures, Kevin. They had incredible switchability almost across the board. Pretty much everyone on the floor could guard multiple positions. This is how they built their roster.
Here's Richardson. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Simmons inside. Brown's there. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Simmons. And Walker kicks to Tice. On the wing, Brown. To the inside. And slam dunk by Tatum.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Now here's Simmons. 14 points for him. Down low, Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists in the game. Celtics leading by 11. Pass to Tice. Another shot. Cantor's shot is off. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Richardson, no luck.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
And the 76ers call time here. You know, Doris, certain guards just have a knack for scoring in the post. When you think of that list, I'm sure there are a couple right at the top that come to mind.
Yeah, well, who don't you want to deal with in the low post out of the guard position? I'll give you one. Dwayne Wade. If he's on the post with a back-down dribble that he can use to his advantage, turn the lights out. Here's another guy, Sean Livingston. Unbelievable length, plays at his own pace. Both guys are nightmares in the post. Good luck checking either one.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Now a timeout called by Boston. And no doubt Brad Stevens, one of the most respected young coaches in the NBA. Doris, he doesn't try to coach around foul trouble.
You know what I love about Brad Stevens is he's always trying to question the norm, meaning he doesn't want to do something simply because that's the way it's always been done. So just because a guy has 2 fouls doesn't mean he automatically takes him out. I like that kind of out-of-the-box thinking.
Harris against Tatum. Over Harris. And another basket for Boston.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Oh!
Goodness. Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Now, here's Cantor. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Shot's good by Walker.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Here's Horford. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Harris. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Tatum.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here's Tatum. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Over Embiid, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 11 points for Jason Tatum.
This is one of Tatum's main strengths. He is a polished shooter who likes working in the mid-range.
And it's Brown missing. The 76ers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. Over Simmons. Walker's shot is off. The 76ers trail by 15. To the middle, here's Horford. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Now, how about the strength of Horford? It allows him to finish the play, and he'll get one more.
And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury. Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Horford. Doris, what is your solution to the controversy surrounding one and dones?
Kevin, I believe the one and dones will be a thing of the past, and I think it will happen shortly. And the reason that can now become a viable option is the G League holds the key. You can now allow players to enter into the minor league straight out of high school. If they raise the salary of those G League players, then it helps across the board.
Right side to Walker. Passes it to Wanamaker. 6 to shoot. Over Ennis. And Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got 6. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Scotty's checked in for Al Horford.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Tatum. 4th and 3-point field goal percentage. And he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Walker with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Here's Hayward, and another basket for Boston.
But Gordon Hayward has become a master in pick-and-roll situations. He knows how to get space off a screen.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. You look at Boston, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, there's the 76ers, 4 games back.
And right now for the 76ers, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And their job now is a simple one. Keep doing exactly what they've been doing and get themselves in the best position possible for the postseason. He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first.
Just an amazing feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Here's Wanamaker. He has 6 from downtown. Hayward can't hit. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Simmons got 8 here in the quarter.
And Simmons is a purebred scorer, a dominant offensive talent who can score in so many ways.
Smart dishes to Hayward. Kicks it to Cantor. To the wing right side. Here's Tatum. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, you know, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
And we talk about someone being thrown into the fire. Tatum called on early by the Celtics his rookie year.
That's right. With the injury to Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum was placed into a very prominent role. And how impressive was he with the poise and the polish throughout the year? Really incredible.
Ennis passes to Simmons. Hangs. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Ennis.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Walker with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Walker finds Smart. Back to Walker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
That's good from Kemba Walker. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and you know, that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Ojale. Then for the 76ers, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Joel Embiid. Josh Richardson comes in for Ennis, and Trey Burke subbed in for Tobias Harris.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And Walker kicks to Hayward. Down low. Here's Tice. O'Quinn defending. Tice, no good. Here's Richardson. Doesn't go that time. Hayward with some nice D. Outside Tatum. The pass to Walker. Inside, Tice, and he goes in for the dunk.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Outside, Simmons. Now Scott. 8 points for him. He kicks it to O'Quinn. That's tipped and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Right now, let's have a moment to check out the NBA's best three-point shooters. The 4th spot held by Jason Tatum.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
Boston leading by 14. Walker dishes to Hayward. Here's Tice. Here's Walker. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Simmons. The shot that time not on target. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And here's Tatum for three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Throwing it down that emphatically energizes the whole team, and that can be a huge shift in momentum.
Hayward kicks to Tatum. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. 18 points for Jason Tatum.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Outside, Simmons. Feeds it to Scott. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Good work defensively by Smart. And the foul on Mike Scott. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Walker the pass to Brown. Tice kicks to Walker. On the wing, Brown. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
How about the leap forward, guys, that Jaylen Brown took as a second-year player in the NBA? He improves across the board and becomes a mainstay of their rotation. And there's so much to like about his future, guys.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Simmons against Walker. Got him with the pump fake. Savvy move right there. Simmons got 12 now in this quarter.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
Smart dishes to Brown. Back to Smart. Good work defensively by Smith. The 76ers trail by 14. Pass to Simmons. Kicks to O'Quinn. For three, Smith drills the three-pointer. Walker with it. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Celtics. They're up by 11. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Talked about it in the pregame. We have to play with game awareness and poise. Run back on defense, get great shots down here every single possession.
And that message, you can tell, GA, all about quality and efficiency.
Yeah, and when they get stops on defense, Coach Stevens wants to make sure they are taking great shots.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Then it's Enes Kanter, and there's Kemba Walker, and it's Tice in at the 4-man position. That's the Boston 5.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
And the Celtics with possession here. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Shot's good by Walker.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Richardson finds Simmons. 4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Pass to Horford. Goes back up. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Boston. Passes it to Kanter. on the wing. Brown. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Tice, no good. The 76ers trail by 11. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. O'Quinn, the pass to Simmons. And good that time.
Yeah, how about the concentration by the 6'10" Simmons? Ridiculously good at completing these chances despite the D's best efforts.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers.
What's up?
Here's Walker. The pass to Canner. Walker goes in. Count the basket.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Down low. Here's Embiid. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Here's Tice. Outside, Walker. Top of the key. And it's Boston with another.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Richardson kicks to Simmons. Takes a 3. Richardson, no luck.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end. Boy, what a nice carom there, guys. He can really use that size and length to his advantage.
Here's Horford. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Walker the pass to Tice. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Walker. Banked in off the glass. Walker's got 16 here in the second half.
What a huge boost he's giving them here. 4 or 5 in this fourth quarter has come up big.
Walker against Simmons. Count that bucket. Simmons got 29.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Walker finds Canner. Here's Tice. Pass to Walker. Over Richardson. Walker missing again. The 76ers trail by 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student. Plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. A terrific defender in college, was the 2-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
The first free throw is good. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Richardson drops them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And Walker kicks to Cantor. Hayward outside from deep. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Celtics lead by 7.
Well, it's an area that Gordon Hayward has come a long way in. That textbook form when he sets up from range is a thing of beauty.
To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Brown. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
That's what this team needs right now. Solid scoring chances.
Exactly. This isn't the time to settle for jumpers. If they have a chance to attack the rim, they've got to do it.
Cantor with it. Now defended by Embiid. Walker against Richardson. Cantor's shot is off.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Now here's Cantor. And stolen by Simmons. Here's Embiid. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Houston Rockets. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And for that game against the Timberwolves, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And he can't get the first one.
And last year, we saw what a full season of Embiid looks like. I mean, it's scary to think that this is just the beginning of his career. He looks like he can go down as one of the greats to play if he can stay healthy. And not what we're accustomed to seeing from him at all from the free throw line.
Here's Hayward. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
It's Richardson on the wing. He's covered by Brown. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And Embiid has already made the jump from star to superstar.
And part of that is his personality. I think his game does speak for itself. Gives you everything you want from a center on both ends of the floor. Effortless athleticism and has incredible skill and touch for a player his size.
Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. Harris passes to Simmons. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Just 5 to shoot. Horford finds Harris. And he hits it to tie the game up.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Boston. There's the dish to Tatum. Pass to Ganner. Here's Walker. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Harris kicks to Embiid. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Right, you love the aggressiveness. This guy is willing to take over at the key opportunities.
Now here's Cantor, and stolen by Harris. Here's Horford. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Enes Kanter.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
And Al Horford drops them both.
Well, there's so much to like about Al Horford's game, right? He's a superb shooter. He's an excellent passer, very high basketball IQ. What's not to like, Kevin?
Now, here's Kanter to end the drought. They get the rebound. The shot off that time.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Richardson the pass to Horford. Inside, there's Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got his 3rd assist on the night. Celtics trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Kanter kicks to Tatum. Outside, Walker. The 3. And the 3 ball is good. Walker's got 11 points in the quarter.
Dominating this quarter. He's been absolutely fantastic shooting the ball, and they still trail.
Passes it to Horford. Here's Harris. Embiid in the corner. Harris looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Four on the shot clock. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got 6 rebounds here tonight, and the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Celtics trail by 3. Brown the pass to Kanter. Outside, Walker. The 3 from Tatum.
And in the first half, they had some success from beyond the arc, but that hasn't been the case since halftime. That shot has dried up.
Horford, and the dunk by Horford.
This guy is always poised, always ready to deliver. Doesn't matter how tense the game is.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The 76ers making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
Enes Kanter, so aggressive and assertive, big-time play.
Down low, it's tipped. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, superb awareness, Greg, right? Not allowing them to get comfortable running their offense, being super aggressive.
Now here is Horford, and they pick up 2. And the 76ers lead by 5.
You know, Kev, this in part is why Al Horford is seen as such a terrific leader. His willingness to pass the basketball, to play unselfishly.
Walker against Simmons. And Walker kicks to Tatum. To the left side wing. The pass to Walker. From the arc. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. They double him with Horford. And Walker kicks to Tatum. 5 on the clock. Over Harris. Tatum's shot is off. The 76ers leading by 5. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Another solid game from this guy shooting the basketball, just adding to this lead. So hard to defend.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
No, you're absolutely right. It's not impossible to catch up, but it is a tall order right now.
Now here's Brown. To the middle. Here's Cantor. Misses from short range. Brown against Harris. Rebound Boston. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Tatum. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Man, you can get chills watching Jason Tatum want to deliver in the clutch.
And he commits the intentional foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams comes in for Enes Kanter. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Daniel Tice.
And this is not a time to be patient with the basketball.
No, you've got to act quickly here. I mean, look for the quick score and either a fast foul or a steal. No options.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Horford gets the bucket.
And feels like that one could be the dagger. Not enough time to completely erase this deficit.
Well, Greg, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. A shot like that has to devastate the other team.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 5. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Right, that's the game plan. It's got to be executed perfectly. No time to waste.
Brown, right side. His three-pointers off the mark. So Philadelphia wins it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a 5-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.